Hello, my name is Brianna Newman. This is for COM 100, and this is my persuasive speech. All over the world, people use different forms of transportation. Here in the United States, we couldn't really get around without it. You couldn't get to work or get to the store. There are even some places within the United States that you are unable to get to without some sort of transportation. Many Americans choose to drive automatic transmission vehicles over manual transmission vehicles. Why is this, though? Manual transmission vehicles have been proven to be an overall better type of vehicle. When I got my first car, it was a manual. My mom gave it to me and she taught me how to drive it. It was a little difficult at first, but I quickly caught on. I wasn't the only one in my family to get a manual vehicle. My mom also bought all my brothers manual vehicles as well for their first vehicle. Her reasoning behind this was, once you learn how to drive a manual, you can pretty much drive anything. So if ever came a time or a situation or some sort of emergency where I had to drive a manual vehicle, then I would know how to drive one and I wouldn't feel so handicapped. Another reason she wanted me to get a manual vehicle was to avoid car theft. When carjackers look for vehicles, they look for something that's easy to take. And an automatic vehicle would definitely be an easy target since everyone knows how to drive one. Manual, however, not everybody knows how to drive those. Though an automatic transmission car is easier to drive, it is not very easy on your wallet. An article on Munz.com says that repairs for an automatic transmission vehicle cost an average of $800 to $1,000 more than repairs in manual transmission vehicles. Not only do the repairs cost more, but if the transmission goes out, that costs a lot more too. The article goes on to mention that manual transmission costs around $1,200 to $1,500 to repair, and an automatic transmission costs around $3,000 to repair. That's double the price of a manual transmission repair. Besides saving you money on maintenance, you can also save money on gas. A chart I reviewed on consumerreports.org showed that most manual cars get better gas mileage than automatic cars. So manual cars in the long run will save you a great deal of money. Not only do they save you money, but they could also save your life. One reason drivers prefer to buy manual cars over automatic cars is because manual cars give you a lot more control. Drivers can gain extra power downshifting while going up an incline, and drivers can downshift to help their car slow down a lot quicker. In an automatic car, you don't have this type of luxury. You have to wait for the engine to do it for you. This offers you a lot less control, and actually can become a safety hazard in snowy or slippery types of weather. eMunz.com says that someone who drives a manual very well with manipulation of the gears can get better traction in this sort of weather, which makes manuals better for these types of obstacles. Aside from being in more control of the car, manual drivers are less distracted. Since the manual car requires you to focus on the sound of the engine and focus on shifting the gears with a stick, it keeps you focused the whole time. This reduces texting and driving a lot, because you always need a free hand to shift. Though manuals tend to be hard when you first learn how to drive them, they do save you a lot of money and they do give you a lot more control. In conclusion, though people say manuals are a thing of the past, they're not going anywhere anytime soon. Many people in America prefer to drive automatic cars because they're a lot easier. But if they would take the time to learn how to drive a manual, it could potentially be a great benefit for them. So whether driving in snowy weather or driving on a budget, a manual car would definitely be the type of car you'd want to choose. Because when you know how to drive a manual, you are no longer limited to what type of car you can purchase or what type of car you can drive. So these type of cars definitely keep you safer and keep your wallet full.